channel. In case you're new here, my name is Emily, and for my day job, I work as a civil engineer. After hours, I like to bring you my favorite personal development advice so you can grow into the woman of your dreams. Now, today I thought it was a great opportunity to come live with you guys because I'm getting ready to see one of my best friends, Allie. And I know that it is sometimes difficult to make new friends, and I wanted to use this opportunity to give you guys some tips and advice on how to make long-lasting friendships. Okay, and I'm gonna get ready as we go through our chit chat session. All right, got my coffee here. I have my setup for makeup in front of me, and let's get into it. All right, so I met Allie through work, and actually through her husband. So I was minding my own business at work one day, and this guy, Chris, started talking to me over the messenger about these fantasy romance novels. And I kind of just played along with it. I kept talking to him, but at some point it felt a little weird for me that this hypermasculine bravado engineer was talking to me about fantasy romance. And then he said that his wife loves these books and he was going to set us up. So, long story short, Chris set me up with his wife, and we have been best friends ever since. We go on all sorts of girly fun dates, and I like to joke that I steal his wife away to go on all of the girly dates he doesn't want to participate in. So, my first tip for you guys, if you're trying to make new friends, is to allow it to happen organically. The right people will find you if you're living in your authenticity, you're being kind and open to the world. And when someone comes into your life, accept them and really take that on a little journey. Allie and I have been on so many fun days together, and it's been such a joy in my life to have a friend who likes to do so many of the nerdy and girly things with me. So, first tip, be open and receptive to new relationships in your life. Today, I'm so excited because Allie and I are going to go rollerblading, or rather, she is going to ride her bike and I'm going to rollerblade alongside. Or actually, I imagine maybe I should bring my bike too. Let me know what you guys think. Should I rollerblade or should I ride my bike today? Big decisions have to be made. All right, so my next tip for making new friends is to get outside of your bubble. If you're feeling kind of isolated and alone, you're probably stuck in your own little habit loop. And it can be challenging to kind of step outside of that sometimes, but if you want to make new connections, you have to do something new. You can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. So, one of the best ways I do that is by doing like community oriented activities. So, through going to church, doing the junior league, which is a philanthropy thing, and going to local events is a great way that I meet new people. And I engage in organizations that already have community around them. Are you old enough to be on social media? I should hope so. I'm 29 in case no one knows. Some of my closest friends I've met through an organization called the Junior League. I think of them as kind of an adult sorority. They're like half a philanthropy organization and half to have social fun events. So there's all sorts of parties, there's all sorts of fundraisers. Today we went to Foster Forward, which is an organization that helps foster families get all of the materials that they need and make sure that like the kids are taken care of and have all the supplies for school and for their activities. So I love doing that and just like engaging with the community around me. Okay, my next tip is to engage with people when you're out and about. I am 100% not the only one who receives compliments and gets engaged with when people are outside. It's maybe intimidating sometimes when someone approaches you when you're out, but use that as an opportunity to create a little relationship. So whenever someone gives me a compliment, I do my best to receive it, and I say, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate that compliment. It really made my day." And then I use that to kind of talk to the girl a little bit, get to know her, and I've made all sorts of friends just through, like, engaging a little more than absolutely necessary. People will think that I like to wear cute outfits for men, but really most of the time it's to make friends with other women because I get so many compliments from the girls of the world, and no one appreciates like a fluffy girly outfit like another girl. My next tip is don't be afraid to engage yourself. If you're like isolated and alone, a lot of that energy can feel like waiting energy for like the right people to find you. But I always noticed that there are little like hints and nudges from the universe to kind of like help me meet who I'm meant to meet. For example, I was in yoga class the other day and I saw someone's handbag, and poking out of that handbag was one of my favorite books of all time. So instantly, my heart felt that whoever this woman was meant to be my friend. Oh, thank you to whoever said I'm pretty. I appreciate it. So this girl had, I think it was Throne of Glass in her bag. If you guys know the Sarah J. Maas fantasy books, that's where it's from. So what I did is I got a little note out of my purse and I wrote on a sticky note, "You were so cool. We are clearly meant to be friends. You have the best taste in books." And then I wrote like my Instagram handle beneath it for her so she could like connect with me. I like wouldn't do this with a guy. I'm not comfortable doing that. But when it's obviously like another woman with similar interests to me, I try to like step over that barrier and, make the opportunity to have a new friend. People are not as scary as you think. Everyone, I think, wants to be seen and wants to make new friends. And I kind of operate under the assumption that, people want to talk to me and engage with me while I'm out. So that kind of frame of mind has helped me to really, reach and connect with a lot of people that I wouldn't otherwise do. So if I'm at Starbucks and I see someone in a cute outfit, or if I'm like out at yoga and I see something that makes me feel like I'm connected to someone else, I talk to them. I try to be a little brave. I know it is hard sometimes, but it's been so worth it whenever I, bridge that gap to make an effort to connect with someone. Okay, the eyes look good, guys. My next tip is do not force anything. Like, absolutely anything. Do not force relationships with men. Do not force relationship with new, um, like, girlfriends that are out and about. You do not have to prove to anyone that you are worthy of love. You don't have to prove it to yourself. You do not have to prove it to people who are going to be your new friends. And the right people will like integrate themselves into your life organically. You're not gonna have to convince them that you're worth hanging out with. They'll see your value, they will want to connect with you, and you guys will just grow closer over time. Whenever I've tried to like force something, I notice it has a huge like detriment to my self-worth. And this proving energy is really, really bad for women, I think. We don't I mean, women are very different from men, but just in essence, we are loved by the right people for us. People appreciate your internal character, and you don't have to morph or change yourself to be the right person for someone else. There's this horrible sense of like not enoughness if you're trying to prove yourself to others. And I never want that to be my friendships. I want the friends I have to feel like they're worthy of love as is, not that they have to jump through a bunch of hoops in order to hang out with me. Nice. I like this color. What do we think of my teacup today? I was reading your comments. I would you would love lol. This was a gift from my old roommate. I think it's so cute and flowery and girly. Okay, my next tip for building authentic friendships is to be your authentic self, which, let me rephrase that. Don't try to be something that you're not. If you're like acting as someone who you don't naturally resonate with, you're gonna attract the wrong people. And the last thing that you want is to like be surrounded with people who don't really see you. If you're trying to cure loneliness, you want to innately feel seen. And in order to do that, you have to have the courage to show your true self. Like, no one's going to see you if you're hiding behind a mask, and no one's going to see you if you're pretending to be something that you're not. You definitely can, fake it till you make it if there's a character trait you're trying to grow into, but don't, pretend to be something that doesn't resonate with you at all. For example, I know that I have no interest in rock climbing. Absolutely no interest. Some girls love this. But if I were to go to rock climbing, I would meet a bunch of girls who don't naturally feel like the type of women I would be friends with. And I probably wouldn't have fun in the process either. So I like to focus on activities that I have fun with and that naturally resonate with me because then the people that I meet there are just more likely to be my real friends. I like the eyebrows to be nice and floofy, so I kind of aggressively push them up like this. Alrighty, my next tip is kind of adjacent to the whole like don't force it thing, but it's more to not expect that everyone is at the same place in life as you are. So if you're at the place where you're like open and receptive, sorry. So if you're at a place where you're open and receptive to new friends, that's great to be, receptive to the world. But not everyone has a place, like, in their friend roster for a new best friend. You might, and you might meet someone who feels like your new best friend, but you're not necessarily their new best friend. So you don't want to, like, get upset with them if they're not treating you like the person that you see them as. So if you see them as your best friend, you may be treating them with a lot, like, higher investment. And if they have other best friends, they're obviously not going to be giving you that same level of investment. So don't expect everyone to see you as you see them. And just allow people to show you over time where they're going to fall in your life in terms of an acquaintance, in terms of a best friend, or maybe just someone you'll hang out once. Where am I from? I am from the US. I live in New England, which is like the northeastern part of the country. Oh, guys, I forgot. I forgot the concealer. I do this sometimes. Sometimes I do things out of order. Okay, my next tip is to allow people to flow in and out of your life naturally. Again, the right people will find you at the right time, but you could find someone who's, gonna be the best friend you're ever gonna have, but there's just things going on in their life that mean that they can't show up for you in the way that you want them to. And I know I have really good friends who may just be going through something challenging or who may just have a really like busy schedule at the moment, which means that they can't hang out with me as much as I would like. And that's okay. If, they're meant to be in your life, they'll be in your life when things are calmer for them, and just allow that to happen. Don't get mad at people if they don't respond to your one text. They're showing you that they're not available to you at that time, but that's not a reason to, excommunicate them for your life. They haven't done anything to hurt you. Mhm. And funny enough, sometimes the friendships are better, later on when they really um, are at the right time. So tomorrow I have plans with my friend Darlene, and we're gonna go to this art installation and also go like ride bikes around town, which I'm so excited about. I think it'll be super fun. However, we actually met like 2 years ago, and at that time, I felt like there were a lot of things in both of our personalities that clashed a little bit. So we weren't always eye to eye, and our personalities chafed a little bit. But years later, we kind of came back together at the right time, and our friendship feels a lot easier and effortless, and I have a lot more fun with her. So just because you meet someone that's interesting right now doesn't mean that right now is the time you guys are going to be, the best of friends. What am I looking for? Oh, yeah, mascara. My next tip would be to do the social version of whatever you're already doing. I am naturally pretty introverted, which might sound weird to someone who shows up on, you know, YouTube lives. But truthfully, most of my favorite hobbies are like solo hobbies and more quiet activities, which I mean, I'm in my bedroom hanging out with myself and you guys right now, so I guess it's kind of, a solo hobby as well. But I love to do things like reading, going for walks in the park, baking, crafting, even the exercises I like to do are more like solo focused, like running. And I always did sports that were more like individualistic. I did, let's see, cross country, I did figure skating, I did gymnastics. So, again, all like single person activities, which means that you don't meet as many people doing these as you would if your favorite hobbies were like going out to a concert or going to board game night, you know? So what I do is I try to take the things that I know I already love doing and just do the social version of them. So I mentioned before that I like to go running, and that's cool. I can go running in the park by myself anytime, no big deal. But I can also like take the opportunity to go to workout classes. So one of the things that I've started doing is like going to Pilates and I'll go to yoga classes because it's naturally a way to kind of meet other women who enjoy the things that I enjoy doing. And even if you have activities like crafting and reading that are super solo activities, you can still make those more social. Like whenever I'm going to edit a video, I actually try to bring my laptop to Starbucks or, whatever new coffee shop I want to investigate. And that way, I just naturally have more of an opportunity to bump into other people. My mom is always suggesting fun, like groupy activities for me to do, but they don't always resonate with me. So, definitely the next tip would be to stay authentic. If something in your gut tells you that something is not a good fit for you, you're probably not going to meet the right type of friends. For example, if someone suggests that you try pickleball to meet new people and you, like me, do not feel that pickleball resonates with you, don't go do it. Like, there's something in your intuition that's telling you it's not a good fit. So, listen to that. Usually I do this before I've done the rest of my makeup, but I forgot today, so we're just backtracking a little bit. I do the same exact makeup every day, you guys, so if you're looking for a YouTuber to teach you how to do makeup, she is not me. I basically know how to do the same thing, and hey, it works, so I'm not gonna complain. Okay, that looks decent. Okay, the next tip I have for you guys is to engage your existing community. And I told you earlier that Allie, the girl I'm going to hang out with today, I met through work through her husband, but there are probably ways that you could meet new people through the community you already have, whether it's your existing friends, your work culture, you going to church. These are all like existing community activities where you could meet new people. But you have to engage. You can't just go to work and go home and expect to meet anyone new. My work is always suggesting fun, like business development style things that you can go to and events where you could meet other career minded people. And sometimes I go to these. Actually, the other day there was a little croquet tournament that I went to that was super fun. So if it's a fun activity that I think I'll authentically enjoy doing and there's a potential to meet other people, I do that. And if it's already something in your community, you feel more at ease going to it, as opposed to going to a random event that you found on Eventbrite and being, the only person you know there. I have done this, but I think you need a lot more confidence to do something like this than if you were to just, you know, go to something where you already know people are going to be at. And tell people that you're looking for friends or like even a relationship. Anyone who knows that you're looking for new friends is going to try to connect you with others. For example, I have a friend who is working with me. She's from another country, so she doesn't know a lot of people here. And every time I'm like hanging out with my other friends, I will invite her because I know that like I want to help her find new friends and community and give her opportunities to meet new people. So the people who care about you like want you to be happy and they want you to feel at home and like you have friends as well. And your community will help you find the right people for you because they already know your personality and the types of activities that you like to do. All right, that looks good. Mhm. Do we think lip gloss or lipstick today? I almost always go for lipstick because I just feel like it lasts longer. But lip gloss is more fun, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so my final tip is to let it be fun and to let it be easy. It can feel like work, I know, if you're trying to meet new friends. And you do have to put in some work to like get out of your bubble and to meet new people, but it is supposed to be fun and enjoyable meeting new people and doing fun activities. So whether you're dating or trying to meet new girlfriends, just allow yourself to have fun and bring that like bubbly, fluffy energy to every event that you do. I have decided on lipstick. I love this one so much. She's so pretty. Charlotte Tilbury makes my favorite lipsticks, and I choose them often like based on the name. So this one is called Wedding Bells. I've like rubbed off the entire name, but it says Wedding Bells. It's super cute and it's so flattering on me. I do basically only wear different shades of pink. So, like, this is a different lipstick I have, and they're kind of the same exact color. But I'm a woman who knows what she likes. All right, what do we think? All done. So thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit. I will be filming more like, what do we call them? Like formal educational style videos on my channel. And if you don't know, I already make those. So go check out my video section if you want to learn more personal development advice. And I'll be back with a new video for you guys next week.